on August 25, 1981. The space probe Voyager 2 rolled up to the Saturn system like it owned the place, giving humanity its first real shot at eyeballing this massive gas giant up close. Man, what a moment that was! Before then, Saturn was just this fuzzy ringed beauty in our telescopes, but Voyager changed the game forever. It snapped pics of the planet, its wild rings, and a bunch of moons that blew scientists' minds. Among them was Titan, looking all dark and mysterious, because of that thick atmosphere that doesn't bounce much light back. Then there were Tethys and Dione, showing up as these tiny faint white dots in the shots. But dude, nothing prepared the team for Enceladus. When Voyager zipped by that little icy moon, the images it beamed back had everybody scratching their heads. Leading the camera crew and data analysis was astronomer Bradford A. Smith, and he and his crew were like, "Wait, what the heck is this?" The data made Enceladus look way too fresh, like it was maybe 1,000,000 years old instead of the billions it should have been. Check out that image from about 74,000 miles away. The northern half is your classic cosmic junkyard, packed with craters from ancient beatings. But slide your eyes toward the equator and south, and bam, those impact scars vanish. Instead, you got these smooth plains with weird tectonic fractures cutting across them. No signs of billions of years of asteroid pummeling down south. It was like something kept wiping the slate clean. Scientists started tossing around this crazy idea. What if there's a massive ocean sloshing around under the surface, constantly reshaping everything with its geological hustle? Sounded bold as hell for such a tiny world with zero atmosphere, sitting almost 10 times farther from the sun than Earth. Physics said any water there should have been rock-solid ice for eons. So where was this liquid coming from? Those Voyager pics and that thermodynamic head-scratcher set the stage for NASA to greenlight the Cassini-Huygens mission years later. They had to go back and crack this nut. And if there really was liquid water way out there in the cold, it wasn't just some geology flex. It could mean a shot at extraterrestrial life. Wild, right? Voyager 2 launched in 1977, part of this twin probe adventure with its sibling Voyager 1. These things were built tough, nuclear-powered, and loaded with instruments to tour the outer planets. By the time it hit Saturn, it had already done Jupiter, and Saturn was the next big boss level. The probe flew through the system, using gravity assist to slingshot onward, but Enceladus was the surprise standout. That smooth southern hemisphere? It screamed, "Something's up. No way a dead frozen rock looks that young." Fast forward through the years, and the questions kept piling up. Enceladus is tiny, only about 310 miles across. You could fit the whole thing inside Arizona's borders easy. Imagine building a road around its equator and cruising at 60 miles per hour. You'd lap the planet in like 16 and a half hours. Compare that to Earth, where it'd take over 17 days of nonstop driving. It's puny next to our moon, almost 7 times smaller and hundreds of times lighter. Normally, small bodies like this don't pull themselves into perfect spheres because gravity's too weak. They end up looking like lumpy potatoes. But Voyager caught Enceladus lit softly by Saturn's reflected light. And dang, it was almost perfectly round. That was the first big clue in the 80s. Something inside was keeping it shaped up nice. Voyager didn't stick around though. It was a flyby, grab the data, and bounce. Left tons of mysteries hanging. 16 years later, in 1997, NASA and the European Space Agency teamed up for Cassini-Huygens. This bad boy was built to dive deep into Saturn's secrets. It took 7 years to get there, arriving in late 2004. From then on, for 13 years, Cassini looped around Saturn 294 times, turning each pass into a new adventure. It photographed everything, the planet, rings, moons, but Enceladus stole the show every time. The new images were insane. Cracks, fractures, that same crazy contrast. One side cratered to hell with holes up to 22 miles wide, the other side smooth and shiny like a fresh snowfield. During one flyby, Cassini swung to the night side and caught something nobody saw coming. Backlit by the sun, huge water geysers blasting off the surface. These plumes were massive against the little moon. Liquid water shooting out at like 800 miles per hour, faster than sound on Earth. Over 53 gallons a second, reaching 310 miles high. A lot of it froze instantly and floated away into space. This wasn't a one-off fireworks show. The geysers were basically always on, like the moon was exhaling steadily. In 2023, the James Webb Space Telescope pointed its infrared eyes at it and saw a plume stretching over 6,000 miles. Researchers like Geronimo Villanueva at NASA Goddard were like, is this glitchy or what? A plume 20 times bigger than the source. Physics textbooks got rewritten that day. Those plumes do more than look cool. They feed Saturn's faint E ring, the outermost one that's basically a thin cloud of icy bits from Enceladus. Without the moon constantly coughing up material, that ring would have dissipated ages ago. Stuff that doesn't escape falls back as snow, blanketing the south in brilliant white. That snow reflects like 98% of sunlight, way brighter than our moon's 10%. That's why the southern hemisphere stays looking brand new. Fresh powder covering old craters over millions of years. 4 parallel fractures near the South Pole. Not asteroid hits, but active tectonic faults stretching and shifting thanks to Saturn's gravity, kinda like California's San Andreas fault but on steroids. Gravity data showed a global ocean under the ice, 6 to 18 miles deep. Boom! Mystery of the young surface solved. Water movement, quakes, and snow keep resetting the clock. NASA took a huge risk with Cassini. On October 28, 2015, they sent it screaming just 30 miles above the South Pole, closer than the ISS orbits Earth. It flew straight through the plumes, sampling ocean material at thousands of miles per hour. Instruments tasted water, CO2, hydrogen, and complex organics. Now picture landing on Enceladus. The surface is this endless white room, super bright from all the icy dust fallout. Sunlight's 90 times dimmer than Earth's, but the ground scatters it everywhere. No sharp shadows. Gravity's only 1% of ours. A 440-pound suited astronaut weighs like 4 pounds. Feels like floating. But that loose powdery ice stands still too long. Near the tiger stripes, jets blast silently into space 'cause no atmosphere. You feel vibrations under your boots. Temps, minus 200 Celsius at the equator. Warmer near cracks at minus 93. The ice shell's 12 to 18 miles thick overall. Thinner at the stripes, about 3 miles. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nature is full of incredible surprises, but knowledge like this helps us respect it and stay safe out there. If you learned something new today, smash that like button. Share this video with your adventure buddies, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss future deep dives. Drop a comment below.